Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. The topic of this 10-minute moan is me having a look at two things that have happened today which have China and India laughing at the United Kingdom, decimating its industrialisation. So what's happened today is there's two quite big producers of jobs finished, ended. The first one is our last remaining power plant run by coal. Done. Finished. Shut today. Ratcliffe-on-Soar, producing the last energy ever will in the United Kingdom by burning coal to produce electricity. Finished. And I believe 3,000 people will lose their jobs due to it. Thomas Edison must be delighted. And the other story is the Port Talbot, the blast furnace which produces steel. Our biggest, by a big margin, producer of steel in the United Kingdom stops today. 2,800 people no working there anymore. It's only 6,000 people at work, but there's people celebrating. And what's happening at Port Talbot is Tata Steel, who own it, are saying it was losing £1 million a day, right? But what? Don't be feared. We're going to invest 1.25 billion in a new electric arc system which can produce steel. But the British government are helping by giving us £500 million. And here's the kicker: we will not start building this thing till August 25. Can't find how long it's going to take to build, but they won't even start building it for almost a year. I'm calling bullshit on that. That'll be one of these things that will just never happen. And God knows what happens to the £500 million for your government. So that's finished. We don't produce, well, we do now. We've still got 5 furnaces in the UK, but none of them produced anywhere near the level of steel that Port Talbot did. So decimated that industry. And we're down to 5 coal fields, coal mines, I believe, in the United Kingdom. So that might not be true, actually. Let's just check that figure. 7, I beg your pardon, 7. We're open cast, 6 deep mines. So we've got 6 traditional mines in the country, and they'll be getting shut. So we're phasing it out to meet the country's goal of carbon neutrality by 2050. All this is in an effort for us to be carbon friendly. So we don't produce steel, we don't mine coal, and we certainly don't make electricity out of it anymore, because that's all bad. We've been told that's terrible by these experts that tell us we don't have global warming anymore, it's now climate change. So we're the world leaders. We're the best at shutting down our industry. We're getting gold badges for that. We'll get 6,000 people losing their job today. We'll get a wee gold badge because we're getting greener than the rest of the world. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to consider, how does this compare to the rest of the world? In particular, to industrial nations, namely China and India, who seem to be on the up as the United Kingdom's on the down. United Kingdom now is one of the dearest places to buy fuel, energy in the world. And that has a knock-on in every industry. Now, not a lot of our industries making stuff anymore, so it doesn't put the prices up for them. But even when our industries are purely service-based, you open an office, you turn on a computer, you turn on a light, then if it's more expensive, your product becomes more expensive to make, i.e. even your services. It's more expensive to sell, less people buy it, we go to the shiter. That's what's happening here. However, it's not happening in India and China. So let's look at some comparisons. So how many coal mines do we have in India? 579, with another 99 proposed. Let's have a look at how many of them there are in China. 3,292 underground coal mines, traditional coal mines. Now, a year previous to that, there was 3,092. So they've opened up 200 underground coal mines in 12 months. 365 days, that is roughly 2 every 3 days. That's about 4 a week. We've got 6. And we're running them down. China, India, get more of that coal. Fuel our industry. Then I wanted to look at what happens when they pull that coal out of the ground in coal energy plants. India, 285. We've got none. We shut our last today. Creates 70% of their country's electricity through coal that they have mined. So they don't need to buy in off anybody, right? They've got loads and thousands of people, maybe millions of people because of the size of the country, in gainful employment because of their soon to be 1,000 coal mines feeding for 285 coal power plants generating electricity. China, 1,161 power plants fueled by coal. Then they create that energy, and some of it then goes to the steel mills, which we've got 5 left. Shut our biggest one today. Steel plants in India producing crude steel, 901. China, 3,000. Over 3,000. Creating 54% of the world's steel. But we shut ours because it's no green. We're down to steel mills, 5. So we've no coal left. That we've got half a dozen coal mines now. Feeding what? Because we don't have any coal-powered electricity power stations to run. So we'll need to export that probably, because there's not that many people putting coal in their fires in their houses, right? So where it's going to go is going to bugger off and let other people make energy. It's great, that, isn't it? And then we look at the steel plants. We don't produce any. We're down to 5. And that'll be reducing as well, because it's not very good, you guys, producing. Now, I'm not an expert in much in life. Certainly not an expert in the science of the geology of the world, the Earth, the planet we live on. But what I do know is that 4.5 billion years, if you got a mile rope and put it along the ground, got a pencil and dabbed a dot on it, that dot would probably represent the industrial age and the whole scheme of 4.5 billion years of evolution of our planet. A planet that's been really, really hot and really, really cold and always sorted itself out 4.5 billion years. But I have to believe you're going to ruin it since the combustion engine, mining, since these things in industrial evolution started. But it's amazing that only the Western Hemisphere, the Western half of the world, need to stop all these things to help save the planet. The other part, with India and China and all that, that's cool. They, for some miraculous reason, don't need to do anything to protect the planet. It's just this half in here, with Europe and America on it. But in my life, I've been told that we're all going to die with acid rain. You're not able to walk outside in 20 years because the acid rain, because we've buggered up with the planet. It's going to kill you. Can't have that. That never happened. Then it was the rise in sea levels. That didn't happen either. Then we had, what else did we have? We had one other one before. Oh, aye, the ozone. There's a hole in the ozone. You're all going to get sunburnt, even if you look out your window. Didn't happen. Then it was my favourite, global warming. But then after about a dozen to 15 years, I realised, after telling us about global warming is going to be the end of the thing, so we all need to stop mining coal and all that. That didn't happen either. Because that's quite an easy one to read, because you just get a thermometer out and you say, well, it's 32 degrees. And it was 31 degrees yesterday, and a year ago it was 31.5 degrees. So, hope you're all right, boss. These things are readable. So after about 12, 15 years where the planet didn't get warmer, that narrative stopped like that, and it suddenly became, although it was sort of put in quite under the radar, became climate change. So we stopped having to worry about the planet heating up. That was a big fear. Then when we realised it wasn't heating up, that was, we need to change the narrative now. So it's climate change. So anytime there's a hurricane or a tidal wave or a tsunami or a volcano, see, climate's changing. No, it's not. Who knew? For 4.5 billion years, the Earth's climate's changed. It has evolved and coped very, very well for 4.5 billion years. It's done all right. It's worked itself out. But because of this climate change now, that you will find, as again, I'm no expert, but you'll find experts either side. This my favourites, remember David Bellamy? Remember him? Mad weirded guy, spoke funny. Used to be great talking about plants and all that. My youth was full of watching David Bellamy on the TV tell me how the world worked from an environmental, ecological point of view. Cancelled. Because he told them 20 years ago. That doesn't make sense. But so there's people that him, and then there's people that probably get paid by people that say different things. And the people who don't get paid and don't agree, they get cancelled. That's what happens. That's what happens in society. When you talk about anything, whether it's transgender issues or, planet and all that stuff, or even what happens in the Middle East, if you're on the wrong side of the argument, you just get cancelled. Right? Your funding stops and that's you part. Right? So loads of people that are on the no funded part cancelled. They're like, it's global warming's a lot of nonsense. But you'll get another 10 pop up who are part of some quango. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I'm kind of no jumping in with both feet anymore. Acid rain, ozone layer, rising tides, the global warming. None of it happened. We're now on to climate change. That will happen because the climate's forever changing. It's a no-lose gamble, that one. But, yep, climate's changed. You've got it on both sides of the coin. But you realise your global warming, you didn't have that. You thought, shit, if the earth doesn't get hotter, we kind of look stupid. So we'll just change the narrative. Subtly but quickly went from global warming to climate change. When was the last time you seen a happy clapper with a global warming placard up? Remember, there was loads of them. Don't exist anymore. It's now climate change. Stop being an industrial nation because of climate change. Yeah, might be right, might be wrong. I'm not that clever. But what I do know is China and India don't give a damn. They're laughing at us. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing and hitting the notifications bell. Put your comments below, let me know what you think. Am I right, am I wrong? What's your opinion? Let me know. But most important of all, this year these pesky Russians, Chinese and Indians that are laughing at us in the West, particularly in the United Kingdom right now, having closed their last coal-powered power station. As long as you know them. But everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.